A thin circular ring of mass capital M and radius small r is rotating about its axis with a constant angular velocity omega. Two objects each of mass m are attached gently to the opposite ends of a diameter of the ring. The wheel now rotates with an angular velocity. Solution: a thin circular ring is given in the question. Moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular to its plane. Here mass of the ring is given capital M and radius of the ring is given smaller. Therefore, I is equal to mr square is the formula. Let us assume that this moment of inertia is assumed as I1. Now, two bodies each of mass small m are placed across a diameter. The two masses, here one small m and here one small m. The ring mass is capital M. Now, the net moment of inertia about the same axis of this system, three particle system, now circular ring and two bodies of masses small m and small m. See here, when these two masses are placed gently over the ring, therefore no external torque acting on the system. External torque is equal to 0, or angular momentum is conserved. When there is no torque acting on the system, angular momentum of the system is conserved. First of all, here in the second case, we can write it as moment of inertia I2 is equal to total moment of inertia capital M into r square for ring plus m into small r square for one mass and m into small r square for second mass, or that implies I2 is equal to capital M into r square plus 2m into r square. According to the law of conservation of linear momentum, L is conserved here. According to law of conservation of linear momentum, we can write it as I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2, where omega 1 is the angular velocity in the first case, that is given as omega, and omega 2 is the angular velocity in the second case, after the two bodies of each mass of small m are placed gently over the ring. So now I1 is equal to capital M into r square into omega is equal to I2 is equal to capital M into r square plus 2m r square into omega 2. Observe this line, r square, r square, r square both sides, right side common and left side value both cancelled. So therefore, m into omega is equal to capital M plus 2m into omega 2, or angular velocity in the second case, omega 2 is equal to capital M into omega divided by capital M plus 2m. Two point masses of 0.3 kg and 0.7 kg are fixed at the ends of a rod of length 1.4 meter and of negligible mass. The rod is set rotating about an axis perpendicular to its length with a uniform angular speed. The point on the rod through which the axis should pass in order that the work required for rotation of the rod is minimum is located at a distance of solution. Let us first assume that a massless rod of length 1.4 meters at both the ends. At first end, let us assume that a mass m1 of 0.3 kg is attached, and at the second end of the rod, let us imagine that a mass m2 that is equal to 0.7 kg is attached. Let us now imagine that an axis passing through a point, a particular point, let us assume that O, and perpendicular to length of the rod. Let us also imagine that M1 is at a distance x from the axis of rotation, and remaining length, that is 1.4 minus x, that is M2 is at a distance 1.4 minus x from the axis of rotation. In this case, rod mass is negligible, so that we can write it as net moment of inertia. I can be written as I1 plus I2, that is equal to 0.3 x square for that is m1 x square plus m2 x square, that is m2 is given here 0.7 into 1.4 minus x whole square, or that is equal to 0.3 x square plus 0.7 into this we can write as a minus b whole square. A square, that is 1.4 whole square, 1.96 plus b square x square minus 2ab formula, 2 into 1.4 into x, that is 2.8 into x, or that is equal to 0.3 x square plus 0.7 x square plus 0.7 into 1.96, 1.372 minus 0.7 into 2.8 x, 1.96 into x. In this case, work done in rotating the rod, is stored as a rotational kinetic energy in the system. So therefore, work done in rotating the rod W can be written as rotational kinetic energy. It is half I into omega square. So that is equal to half into I value. See, I value 0.3 plus 0.7 is 1, that is x square plus 1.372 minus 1.96 into x. Now, to have or the work to be minimum, this work to be minimum condition for minimum work done, so dW divided by dx must be equal to 0. That implies d by dx of work done. This is so half, here omega square is also there in the formula, omega square. So half omega square x square plus 1.372 omega square divided by 2 minus 1.96 x into omega square by 2 is equal to 0. Here half omega square, constant, you can take it as common and we can send to that side, that becomes 0. So that implies the remaining terms d by dx of x square plus 1.372 minus 1.96 into x remaining is equal to 0. Here omega square by 2 in all the terms is not equal to 0. Now differentiation, that implies d by dx of x square is 2x plus d by dx of constant 0 minus d by dx of 1.9x 1.96 into x is equal to 1.96, that is equal to 0, or that implies 2x is equal to 1.96 or x is equal to 0.98 meters from 0.3 kg mass, because in the diagram x we can take it as m1, where m1 is 0.3 kg. So this is the answer. A disc of mass capital M and radius capital R is rolling with angular speed omega on a horizontal plane as shown in figure. The magnitude of angular momentum of the disc about the origin O is. Solution. In the question, a diagram is given. A wheel or a body of mass capital M and radius capital R is rotating, is rolling, not rotating, like this. This diagram is given in the question. So here, rolling motion. We know that rolling is nothing but, so rolling is equal to translation plus rotation. In this case, therefore, angular momentum of the rolling body can be written as angular momentum due to translational motion plus angular momentum due to rotational motion. So, where LT is the angular momentum due to translational motion, LR is the angular momentum of the rolling body due to rotation. Here we know that translational angular momentum can be written as mv into r plus angular momentum ICM into omega square, because we know that L is equal to I omega is the formula, where ICM, that is the center of mass, moment of inertia of this circular disc about its center of mass. So mv, in the place of v, we can write it as r omega, because we know that v is equal to r omega, relation between linear velocity and angular velocity into r here, plus ICM is equal to m r square by 2, that is the moment of inertia of a circular disc about an axis passing through its center of mass and perpendicular to its plane, omega square. Now here m r square omega, so here v is equal to r omega into r, so m r square omega plus m r square omega square divided by 2. See here, L is equal to not ICM omega square, L is equal to I into omega only. L is equal to I omega, so no square for this omega here. Yes. Now in both the terms, so mr square omega plus mr square omega by 2, that is equal to 3 by 2 mr square omega L bar in rotational. So we can take it as small r here. So angular momentum of rolling body L small r bar is equal to 3 by 2 mr square omega is the answer. A cubical block of side A is moving with velocity v on a horizontal smooth plane as shown in figure. It hits a ridge at point O. The angular speed of the block after it hits O is. Solution. In the question, a cubical block of each side A is given, and let us assume that here mass of this block is given capital M, and this C is assumed as center of the cube of each side A. When it is displacing, when it is moving with velocity v in its path, so here on a horizontal path, a cube is translating or moving. Here a small ridge is there in its path. This is, and in this case, while it is moving along the horizontal path, and if it hits the ridge, it turns, the translational motion is turned into rotational motion with respect to, so see here the second diagram, let us assume that when a cube of each side A hits the ridge here, when hits the ridge, it turns like this, translational velocity turned into rotational motion. Let us assume that here O, so about an axis passing through O. Now this center of the block is at a distance half of the diagonal. Let us assume that it is small r, and here from this horizontal position or from O, in this initial before it hits the ridge, distance is assumed as capital R. This capital R is equal to A by 2. Capital R is equal to A by 2. This is translational motion and this is rotational motion. When the cube of each side A hits the ridge, it turned into rotational motion. So therefore, but here in this case, there is no external torque acting on the body. Here, that is, external torque is equal to 0. Whenever external torque is equal to 0, angular momentum is conserved. Angular momentum is conserved. That is, initial angular momentum is equal to final angular momentum. Initial angular momentum in this case, we can write it as mvr is equal to final angular momentum can be written as, so I naught, that is where I naught is the moment of inertia of the block about an axis passing through O into omega, where omega is the angular speed of the block when it hits the ridge. But here R is equal to, in the first case, R is equal to A by 2. So mv into A by 2 is equal to, now here moment of inertia, let us imagine that here an axis passing through O. Now we want this I naught is the moment of inertia of the cube about an axis passing through O. This cube is turned like this, so that we can use parallel axis theorem here. I naught can be written as ICM or IC plus m into small r square, m into small r square into omega as it is. Here IC is the moment of inertia of a cube, moment of inertia of a cube of each side A about an axis passing through its center of mass. That is known, that implies mv A by 2 is equal to, this ICM is ma square by 6, that is moment of inertia of a cube of side A about an axis passing through its center of mass, plus m into, what is r here? Small r is half of the diagonal. So total length of the diagonal is root 2a. Half of the diagonal is root 2a by 2, that is a by root 2, a by root 2 whole square, a by root 2 whole square, that is a square by 2 into omega. Now that implies mv A by 2 is equal to, see here m a square is common, within the brackets 1 by 6 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 6 plus 1 by 2, that is 4 by 6 into omega, 4 by 6 is 2 by 3. Now m cancel both sides, 1 a cancel here, so left side v by 2 remaining, v by 2 is equal to right side a 2a omega by 3 remaining, 2a omega by 3 remaining, or that implies angular speed after the block hits the ridge, omega can be written as 3v divided by 4a. A long horizontal rod has a bead which can slide along its length and initially placed at a distance capital L from one end capital A of the rod. The rod is set in angular motion about A with constant angular acceleration alpha. If the coefficient of friction between the rod and the bead is mu and gravity is neglected, then the time after which the bead starts slipping is, solution. So in the question, a rod of certain length, when an angular velocity is given to this rod, angular velocity omega is given to this rod. This rod, on this rod, a bead of certain mass, say let us assume that say it is small m, mass of the bead, is placed at a distance L from the axis of rotation. When angular velocity omega is given to this rod, this bead starts moving in this direction. After certain time, the bead starts skipping on the rod. Up to what distance it will travel without skipping? When a rod is given an angular velocity, this bead experiences a centrifugal force. Centrifugal force acting on the bead must be equal to, without skipping, must be equal to frictional force acting between the bead and the rod. That is centrifugal force M L omega square is equal to mu mg or mu ma here, because a is the acceleration, and we know that a can be written as mu m into a is equal to L into alpha, where L is distance or radius, distance from the axis of rotation, and alpha is the angular acceleration. So here both sides small m cancel, L also cancel, so that is omega square is equal to mu into alpha. We know that alpha is equal to omega divided by t, angular velocity divided by time, or that implies omega is equal to alpha into t. So from the equation, therefore omega square can be written as alpha square into t square, that is equal to mu into alpha. One alpha cancel both sides, then that implies t square is equal to mu by alpha. T square is equal to mu by alpha, or time within which the bead does not skipping. So t is equal to square root of mu divided by alpha. A thin wire of length capital L and uniform linear mass density rho is bent into a circular loop with center at O as is shown. The moment of inertia of the loop about the axis x dash is. Solution: when a long wire, a wire of length, say let us assume that x dash is the wire of length capital L, when it is bent into a circular shape, a wire of length capital L is bent into a circular shape, then what happens? The moment of inertia. We know that moment of inertia of a circular ring about any diameter, let us take it is, so AB is assumed as diameter. Moment of inertia of a circular ring about any diameter, I is equal to, or ID is equal to m r square by 2. Moment of inertia of a circular ring about any diameter, ID is equal to mr square by 2. Now, moment of inertia about an axis x dash, moment of inertia about an axis x dash, that is I x dash is equal to, observe the diagram here, for this diameter, this x dash axis is a parallel axis and tangent passing through. So that also we have a formula, but I can write once again here. According to parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia about any diameter plus m into distance, perpendicular distance, let us here r is the distance. So m r square, that is equal to ID is mr square by 2 plus mr square. So that is equal to 3 by 2 mr square I x dash. But mass of the wire, but mass can be written as L into rho, where rho is the mass per unit length. So m is equal to L into rho or density. Usually mass is equal to volume into density. Volume can be written as area into length, but comparatively length and area, so area of cross section is negligible. So therefore you can write it as m is equal to L into rho, and from the question L is equal to 2 pi r. Total wire is bent into shape of a circle, so that is r is equal to L divided by 2 pi. So therefore by substituting these values here, therefore I x dash is equal to 3 by 2 into m is equal to L into rho into r square, L square by 2 pi whole square, that is 4 pi square. 2 pi whole square, that is equal to 4 pi square, or that implies moment of inertia about an axis x dash is equal to 3 by 8, 2 4s are 8, L into L square L cube. So L cube rho divided by pi square.